Tonight's show is brought to you by Ventura Training and Athletics. Restore, train, maintain. Specializing in the restoration of the muscular system to help you move and feel better. Combating TBI, PTSD, and pain through specialized strength training. Again, get your body right, get your mind right, defeat the demons.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, Joe, and Buddy. Today's special guest is James, a former Marine who joined the French Foreign Legion to actually be first in the fight.
What is going on, Trash Talkers? What's going on, Gruntworks? Welcome to episode 36 of the Trash Talk Hour. Shout out to our sponsors, Ventura Training and Athletics, Cardinal Financial, and of course, 10th Mountain Whiskey. Go ahead and type in that VTT code and get yourself a discount. Special guest today is James, and he's going to tell Buddy, our Special Forces guy, why the French Foreign Legion is better than Special Forces. And as always, I'm here with Nick, Buddy, and Joe. Over to you, Buddy. Let's get this party started.
What's up, guys?
So the honesty cap today. I'm really glad that we had the pre-show talk because it really got me. It's all working. Here's the thing: we live in a world with very few physical consequences for like running your mouth or saying anything, or like you can get on social media. Social media has made everybody way too relaxed about saying anything you want without getting like jacked up for it, because they're hidden behind a camera and or a computer or whatever. I feel like it's time.
Keyboard warrior.
It's that Mike Tyson quote.
Can we bring back dueling? Is it time? Can we do that now? Can we bring back duels?
What is that Mike Tyson quote, Nick? I love it.
I can't do it justice verbatim, but he's like, a lot of you, because of the internet, have this confidence because you never got punched in the mouth. Like,
exactly.
Well, when he was boxing, he said everybody's got a plan to kick my ass until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
I don't know that goes into dueling, Joe, but
sure does.
That being said,
with fists, buddy, dueling with fists.
To duel with people, you duel with whatever. Say the way dueling works is you got pissed off at somebody, you were like, yo, I'm going to challenge you to a duel, and then the person that you freaking challenged, they get to pick whatever the fuck they want to duel with. You want to use swords? Cool. M4s at daybreak. That's fine. Let's rock it. Do whatever. But people need to start getting jacked up for just saying whatever stupid shit that they say. It's annoying. Anyway, that's all I got.
So
I didn't read the rest of the script.
Dueling.
So,
Dueling. Bring back dueling. Okay. That is
yeah, buddy. We've all seen The Simpsons, so we know what dueling is. All right.
The Simpsons.
But yes, I have to agree with that. That some people, everybody knows me that's watching, that knows me, knows that I have a big mouth, right? Well, part of that reason is because some people have tried to shut it and they lost. Okay, but like I'm still waiting for that opportunity to get humbled. So anybody wants to take that challenge, just hit me up real quick. But hey, sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Stop for Joe.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I wanted to give some love to a pretty cool veteran who's actually stepping out and throwing some skin in the game. And if you're watching, and I gave him the time and place to be, so hopefully he is. Stacy Sexton, big customer of the store, big supporter of the page. He rides with the AmVet riders out of Kenton, Ohio. And what these guys do is with the resources they have, they ride around and build ramps for handicapped veterans who can't afford it. And anybody that's ever dealt with, and I just lost a cousin, it was just last month. Justin passed away, but he was a very, very big individual, big man, got in a bike wreck. And when you come back to your home, to that solace, and finally get out of the hospital and getting in and out of your house is a freaking nightmare because you don't know how you're going to, for you and your caretakers, which a lot of times it's your wife, you know, that ramp looks very simple, but it's a lot more than wooden nails. I mean, it literally, like when I get home, I'm going to be able to get myself in the house and be able to relax. And it also has, I believe it allows a man to keep his dignity a little bit more. When you get put in a chair like that, the last thing you want to continually do is keep asking for help. So Stacy Sexton, along with that, dude, thank you for leading by example, putting some skin in the game, taking time away from your day job to show veterans you care. More than push-ups, like Nick and I always say, more than push-ups, action is better. And these guys have been taking action. And on the side, just for shits and giggles, sponsored t-shirt giveaways for the next 2 years, every single week for Veteran Trash Talk, just because he thought it would be cool to do. So he's also to thank for the Instagram t-shirt giveaways that we're doing. So Stacy Sexton and the AMVET riders out of Kenton, Ohio, from post 1990. This one's for you. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers, Stacy.
Way to not just talk about it, but to be about it and actually go out there and really change some people's lives by donating your time. So thank you once again. Love you, brother. Love the support, and keep up the good work, man. That's all I got, buddy.
For sure.
All right, Joe. Anything else you'd like to talk about from the week or anything like that? Or is that all you got?
Man,
anything crawling up your skin? Anything got Joe triggered? What's got Joe triggered this week?
Oh man. Okay. You ever get asked that question? You ever get asked that question and it's like, I don't know if I want to go there, but I don't want to lie either.
I mean, we are live, so send it.
Man, I'll tell you what. Here we go. Fine. He pulled it out of me. I wrote a letter last week called Dear Civilians. Got a pretty good response.
It was a haiku.
It was from us to them. Yeah, Nick called it a haiku. A lot of ins and outs, a lot of what have yous, as the Big Lebowski would say. But it's almost like the civilian world heard the letter and decided to react negatively. So, dude, man, I'll tell you, in those moments, all I can tell you is think like I think. Yes, it would feel great to choke the life out of this dude. But that's that instant gratification. And if you're being treated like the crazy veteran and all your stuff's being, oh, he's got a temper and it's invalid because he just flies off the handle. Dude, they're waiting for you to do exactly what you want to do in those moments. So I felt like I was tested, definitely triggered. And I didn't bite. And I'll tell you what, it's not pleasant. It is not pleasant to sit there and think, man, on the streets or just on a meritocracy level alone, I would never be buying your beer. It'd be the other way around. And you got to listen to these people because the position they're in. And you know what? The minute you stop letting yourself get disrespected, they call you difficult and they blame it on your service. And you're this grizzled. And it's like, dude, no, I'm just not a fucking doormat for anybody. So, but as a veteran, this is my last piece right here, and then I'll let you go, buddy. As a veteran, you guys got to remember that stigma's still out there. And you beat the shit out of somebody, justified or not, that they needed a smack in the mouth. That's how it's going to read on the news. Iraq veteran beats the shit out of somebody. And that's what you're going to be labeled as. Not Joe, not anything else. So was I triggered? Absolutely. Did I feel disrespected? Yes. But sometimes the fact that my wife could give birth any day now has to trump how good it would feel to break someone's face. You know,
yeah, buddy, you gotta mute your mic when you got the headset on because there's
quit listening to us on the radio, you jag off.
Yeah, I'm not listening to you on the radio. But wouldn't duels have helped that out? Wouldn't duels help, Joe? Duels! I'm telling you, bring back dueling.
Yeah, but hey, buddy, so that duel happens, and you're missing Joe's point. is that you turn around and hit them with the hockey stick or whatever, you know, that you decided to duel with, and you win the fight, they're going to be like, and maybe you knock the guy's jaw loose. And it's going to be like, oh, look at what this veteran did. This angry
You're going to get
veteran.
the Con Air. You're
And it's
going to
like,
get the Nicolas
that's what
Cage
he's
Con
saying,
Air treatment.
you know, so, but anyways, we got, let's introduce our guest. We got James coming on, and now James reached out to me a couple months ago, and as the Trash Talk Hour started taking, you know, getting a little bit more popular and people started to want to come on, you know, we have to book about 2 months out now. So I appreciate you being patient. And, you know, he was, we have our intro songs on everyone and we make fun of the guests. So he's a former Marine and also a former member of the French Foreign Legion. So in the
Former
song,
Marine.
how we
Bang, bang.
Former
in the-
Marine.
and the song, how we describe you is, you know, you left the Marines to join the Legion so that you could actually be first to fight. So we understand that decision. It makes sense to us, but he runs some 501. He runs a 501c, does great things for veterans. So James, welcome to the Trash Talk Hour. Introduce yourself, talk about your service and all the great things you're doing.
Jay.
Cheers, James. What do you unmute your
You
mic,
gotta
brother?
unmute your mic, James.
Unmute ya.
I'm not used to machines. I don't know
There
if
he
it
is.
comes in. That's our new design coming in. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate what you guys do.
No, thank you for making me look tech savvy.
I'm going to call out my old battalion, though, 1st Battalion, 3rd Marines, because I'm going to be posting this on their site. If they're not supporting these things, I'm going to start calling them, talking shit, because we've already had 2 veterans write books, Colonel Milburn, Where the Tempest Gathers, and then Charlie Moose with Lava Dogs, all about Fallujah. So supporting each other is what brings this community and I think keeps us alive. Anyway, quick intro.
For sure.
Cold War baby. Dad was Army, went Marines, went Legion. And now I'm out here in Florida and we're getting a band back together. Something's happening right now in our 30s. We've got a boat. We're getting a 2nd boat in. We've got probably a 3rd boat. And we're going to sail down to Haiti, grab coffee and bring it back. We're going to get these guys hired to clean boats. That's why we're doing the dive cert today. And we're going to do basic charters, get them their Coast Guard captain's license. We're doing it. So everybody's more than welcome to come out. That's a small one.
James, explain a little bit more in detail, if you will, the sail to Haiti. Now, I don't doubt your chops, my friend, but you did fast forward over that like it was me grabbing the remote control from the other side of the bed. You did say sail to Haiti, right?
Yeah.
All
We're
right. So what's to what?
I'm an alcoholic, and I think a lot of guys are not taking that, not talking about it, and it's just all PTSD. Okay, but if you're saying PTSD, but you're drinking every day, that's not helping. You know, I went to the VA, got out of the VA. VA was great, thank you, VA Miami Dade. But what happens when you get out? What do you do? You know, like a British guy in the Legion said, is you just got back to fucking City Street, mate. You know, there's nothing there. Bringing them on the boat, giving them adventure, going to Haiti, it's sailing with a purpose. We're going to pick up raw coffee, hit a couple of ports like we used to do in the Marines, and we're going to sail back and try to sell it to somebody. But just having purpose on the mission. We're not going to make a lot of money, but enough to fund the trips. And it's going to be dangerous as fuck, to be honest with you. There's problems down there.
Do you believe that coffee separates itself enough for you to make the trip worthwhile, or is it not about that?
It's about bringing enough coffee back that even if you get a small little dose of coffee, I got the swag, I got the hats and the hoodies, you'll get everything. But it's about it's about providing that French Foreign Legion kind of life for maybe 2 weeks to go out and do a quick little adventure and go back.
I need to hit on that, James. I need to hit on that.
Do you have any of your French Foreign Legion brethren in on this venture with you?
I got one guy, Jackie Boy. He just got out of the Scots Guards, one of the Scottish regiments. He went back in. I'm gonna do a little interview with him probably later on this week. He thinks there's a civil war coming, and he's Scottish. He's like, oh, every time we talk, he's like, "Is there gonna be a civil war, mate? Because I'm a fucking patriot." He's
Yes.
I said,
Hey, Dave, go ahead, ask the question.
Yeah, James, we can't skip the French Foreign part. I mean, the Marines, you know, whatever. But the French Foreign Legion, so hit on that a little bit, man. You know, it's always, a lot of people talk about it, but they don't really realize. I grew up in Europe myself. And I did have somebody of mine who said he was going to join, and he kind of disappeared, and we never heard from him again. Don't know if he actually joined, but know what you can on in regards to the French Foreign Legion, because a lot of people are probably interested to know a little bit about the process and what you did there.
100%. I'll try to go quick. I don't want to rant on it.
Go for it.
All of you right now listening to this, you'll never understand how hard your service was until you go to a completely different service. You'll never know. Once you go to something that's full of myth and legend, and you get there and it's just a regular fucking army, I recommend everybody that wants to go do it because it's cool. But understand when you get there, it's a normal army. There's no drill instructors. Everybody that comes to 4th Regiment is just a normal corporal, normal sergeant. You might fire the FAMAS a couple times. The marches are amazing because you go in like 12-man sections. If you have a cool sergeant, he'll stop in a town and you can buy a croissant. People that weren't in the military, there were legionnaires that weren't in the military, and they had this gaze. Everything was exciting. They're doing push-ups. Me, the Royal Marines, British Paras. What the fuck, man? We do the push-ups, and then what else? We'd sit around, maybe do a little singing. They tried to starve us. Me and the Royal Marines, we'd wake up in the morning, and we would go break into the chow hall and eat bacon gravy. They didn't lock anything up. They didn't have a good fire watch. So I recommend everybody go do it. I think if you're a European coming from the Eastern Bloc, it's a great opportunity. And guys were coming and making enough cash to send it home.
Nice.
But if you're looking for some adventure, sorry.
And James, in regards to the qualifications, like anybody can join pretty much, right? Or is that a myth? Like you're a criminal, your only way out is to join the French Foreign Legion and get away from whatever. You join them and they don't really care because they take anybody. Is that just one of those things that everybody says a myth, or is that actual factual?
I think before we had the technology, that was true. But if you rape somebody or you did murder, they won't let you in.
Just those two. Everything else is fine. Yeah.
Child molestation, obviously.
Obviously.
So don't kill anybody, don't rape anybody. And then if you have a drug problem, if you come from a country like a guy I knew in Bulgaria was talking about stabbing his girlfriend, laughing, and I said, "How did you get in?" He goes, "Bulgarian police's uncle."
Oh Jesus!
He didn't put him in Interpol.
Oh boy.
But the criminals
French as well, I assume.
Hey, can I ask you what your safety briefs were like for him? No, I'm just kidding.
It was all in French.
Think about it, Joe.
Damn it, I forgot what I was gonna ask. I know it, man. I had it.
Yeah.
I had it. But
you have
go,
to,
keep going.
It's so
I'll
important.
remember it.
It's so important. Even the myth of the unit. And I got my degree in history, but understanding the time frame, it's like I got frustrated when people talk shit about 10th Mountain. I was in the Marines. I served with 10th Mountain. So some people had a book 20 years ago where some guy trashed on 10th Mountain, and they make that same assumption now, which I don't think 10th Mountain was that bad either. You've just got, it's veterans talking shit about veterans, and then blanket statements like, obviously they're all good. I know reserve units that would have wiped out a French platoon. We would stop the vehicles in full cami, put tables out, white cloths, and make sure the officers were fed. We always got fresh bread. That's the truth. I could come out of it and be like, I was in the North Africa. I can't tell you things, but that's not what I do.
Well, you know that I can't tell you things is the definite showing your hand.
Yeah. Hey, so
your cap right there.
Is the French Foreign Legion, is that France's army? Is that
no. So it's only like a 6,000 man.
Legion, buddy. You can't read.
A private army based out of France, right?
Buddy, I think it's just their Foreign Legion. If I'm reading this right.
Buddy's just living rent free in your head right now. That's all he's doing. So Buddy is on the same impression that I am, is that whatever you bought from the dispensary, it's working. Hey, send some this way. Anyways, James, you're doing a lot of great stuff for veterans with the charters and stuff like that. Where do people find you? How can they get to you, like get more like information from you and all that stuff?
SV, so sailing vessel, but SV, Sierra Victor, Chasing Horizon. And find us right now on Instagram. We're just things through Instagram, and we're not limiting anybody. but just to stay focused right now, we're getting the ships in. So people are wanting to come crew right now. It's like, give me about 2 months before I can start bringing people in, more people. We got about 4 or 5 guys right now. And now it's growing. It's just, so chasing horizon. And then you'll see, we're doing podcasts, but nothing like y'all are doing. And it's not, what y'all are doing is amazing. What I'm doing is just trying to get the word out. So it's just 30 minutes talking about what we're doing. And I'll definitely be promoting what you guys are doing, because I think it's just amazing. And I'll start pressuring my old battalion to start buying your things.
So you were saying that you guys are doing pre-show. You guys were doing diving and I'm guessing clearing barnacles off the bottom of boats. Are you doing regular civilian boats, or are you doing commercial ships? What are you doing? Because a lot of people don't know that's a pretty lucrative business. Is clearing the bottom of boats.
I absolutely hate it, but it's. So I got a side gig right now at Taco Bell, in the drive-thru, but that's a whole different story. A lot of material from Taco Bell.
I want the job with the least amount of responsibility.
Hey, but these white women here in Miami do not fuck around. You forget that cheese and it's your ass. But
hey, hey.
It's true.
Did you mention a color in a descriptive nature about a human being?
A
I'm
female?
calling it
Doesn't matter. He said.
Just saying.
He said
Whoa! Be careful.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. But yeah,
I prefer the 7-layer burrito.
we've got
myself.
about 200 boats out here that need constant cleaning. So when vets want to come out, some of them don't even need to get dive certified. They can just be a scraper on the side. And about $90 to $100 a boat. So
I can do that.
But come out for 2 weeks, make a little cash, do a sale, and you can go home. Some guys want a full crew time, and some guys want to come out for 2 weeks. And that's kind of what we're offering. When you're getting stressed out at work, instead of just going to freaking Disneyland, sometimes you need to take a break from everything, come out and do some real.
I mean, can 4 of us bring like a grill, a couple coolers full of beer and some steaks, and just kind of flip-flops and shorts it and scrape the boat?
100%. And then if we're pulling guys out like from the rehab
while drinking ice cold beer, because you're really starting to sell the French benefits here.
I mean, it's up to you. I can handle that. When we go out to sea, though, we really don't do any alcohol. It's just dangerous as shit. When we go to port,
it's just dangerous as shit, he says.
We go to port, you can get drunk, and I've been on a cruise on the USS Essex, so I can act as shore patrol, make sure you don't get stabbed down in Key West. So drinking's okay, but you'll notice when you get out here, you don't have to get wasted. And that's another thing, is finding places where you don't just get freaking wasted.
No, you brought up a good point.
Fine.
Yeah, you brought up a really good point with the PTSD and the alcohol. And yeah, we are sponsored by a booze company, and we do drink on the show. But again, for the audience, and I know Gruntworks, probably 90% of that audience is pretty ripped right now anyways on a Saturday. It's, again, if it causes you to do things that are not productive, if it causes you stress in your family life, if it makes you do dumb shit, all right, it's not the PTSD, it's the alcohol. All right. So the PTSD is going to be there pretty much forever. It's just ways of being able to manage those emotions. Call it your emotional intelligence. We had the NeuroFlow people on last show, and they'll talk about that, about getting on and journaling your thoughts and all that kind of stuff, and doing all those things to make yourself better. And Dave actually released a video on the site about, the only competition you really should have is yourself, and, being better every day. So we applaud what you're doing, because you bring up a point, again, it's uncomfortable for people to talk about, because the majority of people in the United States drink. The majority of veterans drink. So it's
shout out to 10th Mount.
Yeah, shout out to 10th Mount Booze. But no, where's that finding that drive and getting, yourself to get out there, out of your comfort zone, and do those things that help, treat PTSD, treat your TBIs and your battle scars, that kind of stuff. What do you find about how you learn this process, how you're doing it now, and how you're teaching others? What was the biggest benefit to you, if that makes sense? It's
getting away, being able to get away. And back to drinking real quick. I got plenty of veterans that can drink, and I love them, and we'll all hang out because they can touch it. I can't. So buy as much beer as you want. If you can't, call me, we can talk, and I can find you another way too. So finding that, but just being able to get away, that was the beauty of the French Foreign Legion. The only cool part is getting away. Some of you guys can't do a 5-year contract or even a year, but you could come out for 2 weeks, sail, maybe 3 weeks, sail down to some kick-ass islands, drink on shore. And then we sit out here on these boats. It's like we're back on ship again, and we're just talking shit to each other, and we're war stories, and it's just pure, and we're laughing and we're crying and we're dealing with some shit because we've gone 10 years without talking about it. I had
James.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Joe, he was right in the middle of some serious shit, like your haiku. Let him finish.
And I can't. Okay, Dad. Sorry, James.
But you're acting like a child. Raise your hand.
I'll finish up because I know I'm ranting, but I got brains in my mouth. February 2nd, 2006. I got these, or 2005. I got brains in my mouth. I couldn't eat meat for years. Just any type of meat got in my mouth and start getting angry. Got over it. And a lot of people don't think they can get over it. Do I still think about it? Yes. But the more I get over it, the better it gets. And if I sit at home and I start popping pills and watching TV, I don't go out and do stuff, I'm worthless. Go hunt, go fish. I got another program that does fishing, Warriors on Water. They're great too. These things are what you guys are doing. Talking is working. And I think in our 30s now, because it does take 10 years to get back out of that war. In our 30s, I think we're starting to really realize that. And it's a beautiful thing. We're doing good things. I think we're all waking up in our 30s. We're dusting it off going, oh shit, we got 50 more years to fuck this planet up.
I love the fact that you keep saying I'm in my 30s.
Yeah, unless
continue.
Yeah,
I'm almost to my
no, but James, what I was gonna say, and no, you're not ranting. We haven't had anybody that's got that kind of unique to their service as far as doing it across the pond somewhere. And I got to give you credit, man. We've seen a lot of businesses come on, a lot of ideas come on, and they range from good to fantastic. And I got to say, this is one of the most original. As far as its mission to get people separated from their reality, get them out on the water, get them out away from stuff and isolate. One thing you hear a lot of people talk about, if people had to get locked up, they talk about, you want to learn who you are? Take all this shit around you away from yourself, and that's, being out there and on the water, obviously you're not like punishing yourself, but no more social media, no more 60-inch TV you literally have a lot of time to
75.
learn who you are and learn some new things about yourself. So, mine's 65. All right, Nick, they didn't have a 70 that I like.
It's smaller.
But that's okay. Yes, it is. But anyways, no, I love that idea, man. I love the fact that you're putting somebody in touch out there on the water, and maybe that's my personal bias, because fishing to me is a lot of people think it's boring. I think it's therapeutic. I love being on water. I know Nick loves being on water. But it's just awesome idea. As far as how it recaptures your service, being in that atmosphere and gets people away from whatever it is they're dealing with. And as far as the alcohol thing goes, somebody looks at me and says, hey, I tried drinking and I'm not any good at it. I'll never ask that person for, you know what I mean? That's fine. I don't even have to drink around them. I don't need it to have fun. And if I ever felt like that was an issue, and I know Nick and Dave and all of us, if we ever felt like one of us was problematic with it, we would definitely say something. But I completely respect your position to say not good with it, so I'm going to stay good without it.
But also not hiding from it either, because a lot of guys, they hide from it.
I respect that.
But they hide from it from a month, they get bored, and then they go back out. So I don't like doing it, but I don't go to bars because they get boring around 11. People just stop having good conversation. But I have plenty of friends that drink, and we go have dinner parties and game nights, and it's fun because once people stop having cool conversation, then I just get tired. It's not an alcohol thing. It's just like, well, you're not functioning. So ready to go home.
And they've been pounding them, and everybody gets mush mouthed at about 11:30. It's kind of hard to slow your intellect down to enjoy theirs, right?
Or dramatic, that type of thing.
Yeah, they
For
love
sure,
you a
yeah.
lot in those
Hey,
moments.
James, hit up a little bit your venture to Haiti. You mentioned it's going to be dangerous. Obviously, you're on a boat,
You got to watch out for Zopal.
But
Watch out for Zopal.
Talking about some of the dangers that are expected or some of the things that could go wrong. Just the audience an idea, if they ever decide to go on a venture like that.
Well, we're going to be crewed by all these guys are veterans. We're getting our captain's license. They've been in storms. I've been in a little bit of a storm. It ain't no shit. It's probably the closest I felt like being in combat. Just because you got to boom, swing it back and forth. We had a fouled up rudder, had to cut a line. I mean, shit goes really wrong really quick. Here from Miami, where our base of operations is, to Haiti, we're looking at 800 miles. So it's gonna be about at least 8 days if we're doing really well.
8 days.
8 days.
Probably more. That's on a good sail. And then you're looking at storms, but we're not gonna. With technology, you shouldn't hit a storm. We have radar and everything on the boat. What's going to be tricky is getting into Haiti because there's some parts around there where there are guys on ski boats, jet skis.
I was going to say, is piracy an issue there? I know.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. We're not allowed to take ARs. We can't take bolt actions. I don't think we'll ever break them out. We will have them on board.
Oh, you better. Yeah. Hell yeah. Have them on board.
But that's the cool thing about going to veterans. And I want to bring this up before we leave, a difference between combat and non-combat, because it's a good little subject. And I think as combat veterans, this chip on our shoulder, and we need to get rid of it. But that's another topic. I don't want to go on a side rant on that one. But it's going to be dangerous. We're going to be prepared. We're going to have contacts when we go down there. But the farmers we're going to be working with, you want to talk about green type business? It's all back in the day shit. There's no technology, and they're not going to get ripped off. We're going to pay fair prices, get it on the boat, and head back. So for any hippies listening, I can't get fucking greener than going to a 18th century farm and sailboating the shit back.
James, are you going to document all of this?
100%. I'm going to sell it like a motherfucker.
I would like to follow it, and then maybe shoot a message so we can push it out to our.
Yeah, we'd love to. We'd love to
give us
the technology
updates.
And I'm a social media slut. I got like a Speedo with a pirate hat I took on one island.
I saw your Speedo.
Yeah. I mean, I got we got nothing left to lose. We'll tell war stories. Who gives a fuck?
I love it.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this trip.
This is awesome. So I'm
enjoying
find a way
this.
that we could put this on the Trash Talk webpage and get it
God.
all out there. We'd love to do that right away.
Listen, I'll send you links. If you give me a flag, I'll pop it in Haiti as soon as we land the Zodiac on there.
There you go. Yeah, it'd be Trash Talk Nation there.
Does that mean we own? We would own Haiti.
James, something like this that goes wavy. James,
you got to look at the screen.
Yamas.
Something like that.
Something like this that waves.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
We can make that happen. Friend.
We just got to make sure Staples spells it right, Joe?
We can't tell the Haitians to stop solid or suicide.
Yeah, solider. We don't want no more soliders killing themselves.
Staples really effed us on that one.
So we got, we Gruntworks has been awesome and picked us up to restream our podcast and the show, and appreciate them 100% and some. So some of the audience might still be new and they don't understand what it is we're actually doing. They might be turning it on for the first time and going, "What the fuck is this?" All right. So again, we started this.
They don't like my haircut either, but they can.
Yeah,
fuck off.
we started this because it's our own therapy, right? We get on here, we talk trash to each other, have a blast, and we are like, hey, why don't we just record this and just give it to other veterans? And other veterans are on there talking trash, and we have our group, we have our page, everything. The whole problem is that I keep saying it. I said it for like the first 12 shows, took a break because it was getting redundant, but it's a system that needs to get fixed to end veteran suicide. It's not one thing. It's not get them jobs. It's not better VA. It's not, it's an entire system. And it starts from where Dave was talking about in his video. It starts inside. And there's so many nonprofits that, like James is running, that are there to help. But again, it's you on the inside that needs to get it out. So I'm glad you brought up the point of, with the alcohol, of being honest about it. And we talked about that earlier in our original episodes of, it's okay to come out and say you see a shrink. All right. I go see a shrink. I'm still active duty. I'm an E8. I go see a shrink. Right. And it's okay to say that I have a problem with alcohol. It's okay to say that. And it's okay to say I've seen some shit in combat. And no, like Joe said, I'm going to jump just as high if I hear something explode unexpectedly. All right. It's too much movie shit about like, I'm frozen because I've heard so much of it. Now if I'm in a war zone, I probably won't jump as high as I fucking can because I'm probably kind of expecting it. All right. But when somebody launches off a 16-inch firework in the next door, like, I'm gonna be like, what was that? Right. And it's like, it's okay to talk about it. And like Buddy said in our first couple of shows, hey, July 4th comes around every year, the same day.
They've never skipped it.
The funny thing is the big difference between like when a civilian jumps and when we jump is that a civilian usually jumps and goes the other way, and we and start running towards it and towards cover at the same time. Like, oh
right,
God, I gotta get behind this car. Like,
and that's okay to talk about that. Like,
we're better off.
That one alpha. Yeah.
Like, I got taught from guys like Dave and Buddy when I was a younger E4, and they're like, hey, when you're walking, look for where your next piece of cover is going to be. It's like, don't just look at the ground, even though it's hot and I want to look at the ground. It's probably where I'm going to end up looking anyways until, my team leader slaps me in the back of the head. But like, yeah, where's your next place to cover? And that shit doesn't go away. And again, when you're walking in your neighborhood, it's okay to like be on edge when you see something that's not right. Okay. It's okay. Right. Just control yourself, because you're in a fucking neighborhood. You're not in Iraq. You're not in Syria. Right. Like, there's a McDonald's right around the corner. All right. We've never went to war with a country with McDonald's, I don't think. Right. So, I mean, maybe, hey buddy, does Syria got McDonald's?
Not where they didn't have McDonald's. They did have this awesome camel though. They brought some chunks of meat at one point, and we hadn't had.
It's a yes or no question, buddy. Yes or no question.
Yo, what is this? It's real good beef. And he was like, nope, that's camel. And I was like,
hey,
still good.
But part of that system, and let's get back to James here. Part of that system that we talk about that needs to get fixed is, again, thank you for what you're doing for veterans, because a lot of times people are just too stubborn to see what's out there for them. People that are out there grinding, to make things happen. And like, you found something that like you enjoy doing, and that you found a way to help and heal others. Like, that's awesome. We appreciate, we'll applaud you. We'll promote you anytime. So again, Gruntworks that's watching. All right. We promote veteran-owned businesses for free. We could charge people to come on. We have a big enough audience now, right? We have freaking sponsors, but that's not who we are, right? We want every veteran-owned business to be as big as they possibly want it to be, and every nonprofit to get as much support and help as many people as they can. So before I get into my book of Earl, James, thanks again. Tell us again where we can get to you, how they can donate to you, and what the biggest thing that I'm going to end it with, you can state this. What's the best thing about your nonprofits?
Getting guys off their asses, getting them out to sea, and just try to follow us on Instagram, SV Chasing Horizon. Just start following us right now. We'll give you times and dates when we're open. So just follow us. That's all we're asking right now. Don't need money right now. Just followers.
Love it.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on, James.
Yeah, tremendous. And we'll give you the last word too. Short book of Earl. I'm gonna talk about the DOD for a little bit, and it's like I said, it's dangerous because I'm active duty and I don't want to get the cancel, get the axe. But
here we go, getting fucked right now.
Yeah. Pay attention, okay? When you have politics in the military, in the DOD, and they're there, 100% they're there, okay? There are things that come out that the higher ups are like, hey, look at us. Please don't fire us. We're still here. right? So again, the memo to respect the president, whoever it is, all right, 90% of the DOD, probably more, 95, I don't know, is going to respect their job, their leadership, and they really don't care who the president is. All right, they really don't. But hey, here we are. Here's our memo from all the Joint Chiefs that we support the president. Guess what? I support the president, and I hope he succeeds. We talked about that a couple shows ago.
Jesus,
I hope,
of course we want.
I hope every freaking person around me does well. All right. So enough of that. And then I can't stand seeing in the Army hashtag the report about Fort Hood. All right. I can't stand it because I've said this before on the show. I knew guys that were at Fort Hood in the 90s that said it was the same freaking way. Right. So this hashtag the report doesn't make you woke because you read it. All right. And like Bill and Buddy say, let's find the people that suck in the Army, in the Marines, wherever, and fire them. Fucking fire them.
You're done.
Right?
Wait, hold on. Both ways.
Hold on. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get to you in a second. So here's what I'm mad about recently. This whole 60-day check fire for extremism. All right. What the are you fucking kidding me? What policy needs to change? All right. Because I'm pretty sure since I've been in the military, which is a short 15 and a half years, right, is you're not allowed to be racist. You're not allowed to be sexist. So what the fuck are we talking about? What is this 60-day thing going to do? You know what it is? It's, hi, I'm here. Don't fire me. That's what that shit is. It's real simple. When somebody who is of leadership makes a mistake that deals with Sharp or EO, you fucking fire them and you kick them out. All right. When you got a Joe that screws up, all right, maybe Joe's from backwoods somewhere and maybe we can develop Joe. Maybe we can get Joe to become a better person. All right. So we educate them, we counsel them like, hey, you can't say that shit. All right. Hey, how about you write a paper on this region of the United States and find out why you don't fucking say that. Right. Like, and then if you still want to say it, we're going to kick you out because it's not allowed here. That there is nothing that's going to come from this 60 days. That's going to be like, oh, you meant I couldn't hate him because he's Jewish. Oh, that's what you meant by that. Oh, like, thanks for that 60-day stand down. That was awesome. Please.
I mean, that's why you need safety briefs, right?
You do safety briefs, and safety briefs should only be about 30 seconds, right? You sit there and be like, look, motherfuckers, go out and have a good time. You earned it. You worked hard, right? Now
on Monday. Yeah.
Now, don't do this shit. You already know what not to do. All right, it's coming down. But again, so please, for the sake of God, stop hashtagging the report. Stop saying that, oh, we have to get rid of extremism in the military. No shit, right? Like, but we don't need any new policy. We don't need a new SHARP program. All right, we need to fire people that make mistakes when they're in positions that.
We need to fire leaders. We need to fire leaders.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit.
People who are in a position to do that shit and have influence and actually screw up the program, like that's fire them and kick them out. Say, hey, go. And I was listening to WTF radio and they brought up a good point. And I think it was ICE that said, you try that shit in the corporate world and you say one funny joke about something, you're going to go talk to somebody from HR. And HR is going to either say, don't do it again or bye. Like
corrective training,
right?
Maybe.
And that's what's going to happen to you. So here's my solution to a lot of the problems in the military. I know Buddy's itching to get in it. My solution would be obviously a smaller military, bring in civilians, bring in an HR fucking department. All right. Because all of these policies and hashtags and woke people, the war fighters who are male and female, all right, we're going to do our job. We're going to be disciplined because we have pride in our organizations, right? And that pride of wearing that patch, that flag, All right. We're going to go destroy the enemies of the United States. And we're probably, for the most part, going to respect everybody around us in the infantry way, the SF way. All right. So it's just get rid of all this shit. Hire in some civilians, hire the HR department, and just fire the fuck out of people.
What he's
Just
saying
fire
is
them.
go ahead and freaking police it because we already police ourselves. So it's not going to bother the professionals one freaking bit. Go ahead and do it if you're going to do it. But shut
Go,
the
buddy.
up about it.
You are right on, Joe. Buddy, go.
Go ahead,
So
savage.
I find it super funny. First of all, so you brought up the Fort Hood report. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it so that you're angry about Fort Hood and then try to fire the sergeant major because he cussed somebody out
Right.
when
Yeah,
he got there.
Cliff, yeah. Old Cliff.
You can't do both. Can't do both of those. You got it. We either have to start cracking heads so people stop killing people in arms rooms, or you keep doing the same thing and you keep getting the same result. A. B. I find it super funny that the SecDef put out this no extremist memo. This is the same SecDef. We're all from the 2505. He was the brigade commander along with Charlie Thorpe back in 1998. Charlie Thorpe, the other little short black guy that he and General Austin, when he was Colonel Austin at the time,
He was a
ran
Panther.
over, and we're about to get into a fight at JRTC because somebody decided to take the 82nd flag. But whoa, we're talking about the same Charlie Thorpe that had like 8 DUIs. It was still the division sergeant major. What we missed? Are we about the extreme ability to, like, that was 5 years ago, 24 years ago. That's been a quarter century. And now you're going to like have a 60-day stand down for extremism? What extremism? You are proof that extremism isn't here. Idiot. What are you fucking talking about? Sorry.
That was beautiful. So for those of you,
But his mic couldn't handle it. He got some of my triggered juice.
I think you're muted.
He got some of my
Muted.
triggered juice.
You're muted, Dave. You got to hit the button. Press mute.
That was
There
wrong.
you go.
Dave.
No,
I hear that.
Also,
Dave-
I want to point
Dave.
out that my coffee cup says I'm a sailor.
Oh, you
Buddy,
got
you are
that. You got that for
spot on,
James. James, he
You're
filled up that
wonderful.
coffee mug full of cordial for you.
Wonderful.
So for those of you who don't understand South Alabama,
That is not
Buddy
coffee
what
at
Buddy
all.
just said is again, our leadership to SecDef was a Panther, right? Long time ago. All right. And where we all grew up in the 82nd. And it's like and like Joe said, the professionals, we don't care. We're not going to get fazed by it. But save
Hey,
us.
Nick, sorry, hold on. I forgot to mention that not only was he a Panther, he was a beloved to Panther. Like, the dudes loved that dude. We loved Sergeant Major Thorpe. Everybody would laugh and joke about him. Like, my dick looked like a black baby holding a little shiny red apple. You're so better next time, airborne. I watched Charlie Thorpe once throw a dude off of EIB. Like, they're doing the 12-mile road march. This dude passed out at 11 or at 2 hours 58 minutes. Got up, stumbled up to the gate, went to jump to the gate. Charlie Thorpe closed the gate, put the latch down, grabbed him by the helmet, lifted his head up, and goes, "Maybe next year, airborne," and then
Oh shit.
walked him off. It was the
Hilarious.
saddest thing I've ever seen. People loved those two. And 25 years later, we're talking about extremism?
Yeah.
Really? That's
Yeah,
what we're
because
doing?
it's a hashtag here I am. All right. So here I am. I'm doing good things. All right. And it's absolutely killing us. And again, if old Sergeant Major Thorpe would have done that today, it would have been on TikTok. It would have been on Facebook. It would have been on, every social media platform. And
They've
again,
been seeking the death penalty in several
right,
areas.
we should take every complaint serious. We should take, everything seriously. But before we blast it on social media now and like all this kind of other stuff, it's like another beloved Panther got fired from Fort Hood, and he got exonerated, right? He didn't, it ended up working out in his favor, but dude, you just threw that guy's whole family under the bus, and you did all that shit to him in the hashtag woke. Like, that dude fucking put in his such time in the military and sacrifice, and he loved every Panther that was underneath him, and he loved every soldier that was underneath him. Everyone, to include the ones that we've chapter, like us. Like, I'm gonna say I'm a good leader. I think I am. Like, I've been okay. Everybody on here has been a good leader, right? Everyone. And I have respected and loved everyone that was underneath me, right? All of my followers, and even the ones I kicked out. I did everything I could to make sure I kicked them out the way they're supposed to get kicked out, to give them the best opportunity that they have, right? But again, I was looking up and out at the bigger mission, what the Army's about. So if you don't have time for that, I'm sorry, got to go, right? Like, we don't got time to worry about your feelings about why you don't like Mexicans, right? Like, bye. Like, I don't got time to even talk about it, right? Or I don't think women should be here. Well, it's not your call, right? And so, like, it doesn't matter. Again, hashtag the report. Hashtag 60-minute stand down or day stand down for extremism. Guess what? We already don't allow extremism. And like Buddy said, plenty of examples from 20 fucking years ago that say it wasn't there then either. And are there extremists then? Yeah, but there's no extremism in the Army. There's just not. So there's extremists, but not extremism. All right. I know. Thanks for listening to my rant, James, but again, we'll get, before Dave closes us out, and before I turn it over to you, hey, tomorrow we're premiering Leah Day's show. She was on WTF Radio last night. It's
phenomenal,
awesome. It's
phenomenal interview. Yeah.
Veteran Trash Talk Hour, Female Warrior Edition. And, you know, she's going to bring on some very, very brave women that talk about some tough subjects, and it's tough for people to listen to. And so this first one's awesome. It's not that difficult to listen to, but there's some things that are going to piss you off. So go ahead, watch it. And again, a big shout out to NeuroFlow. We weren't able to get the sponsorship in for the first episode on time, but they stepped up to the plate, and they're going to sponsor that podcast. And because they believe in Leah's mission, and they believe in how she's going to help save lives. So check it out tomorrow. Go on our YouTube channel and subscribe, set the alert, and you'll be able to watch it. We're going to air it before the Super Bowl. For all you people that don't care about football, watch that show instead. So again, pleasure having you on, James. It was absolutely awesome. So you get the last word before Dave closes us out. So last word's yours.
Just real, guys that didn't see combat, I'm really sick and tired of the divide between combat and non-combat. The guys that in the 80s and 90s are the guys in my generation survived. I've been in foreign armies where when that bar gets dropped and you don't think that your 5 years of service without getting shot at meant anything, A, it's dangerous. We lose guys in training all the time. B, is too much chatter on the internet where they're talking shit, or because you have a combat action badge or combat action ribbon, you think you rate more. I'm sorry, it's over. There's Navy divers that risk their lives. There's pilots. So that's got to stop. And also the civilian and warrior divide in this country has to end, because I've worked for some badass dudes. Spend a day in uniform. I don't call them the American worker, because that's what the left side has done. They've taken the word worker. I call them the American builder. They are a part of your community. They like your product. They want to be a part of you. And they do 30 years of driving trucks, building construction, risking their lives. So when you're going killing bodies, they're making sure you got something to come back to. That can't be a division anymore. God bless all the truckers and all the constructors out there, and all the guys that are keeping that, men and women that are keeping that level high in our services. All right, rant over.
James, you the man. Hey,
nice work, James.
Put on, James. Really great stuff you're doing. And then make sure you hit us up, because I do want to definitely watch you on your sales and on your trip to Haiti.
Man, you send some updates. We got to see that, man.
We got to plug that, man. So really appreciate you coming on. Appreciate everything you're doing. Gruntworks, Trash Talkers, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go to shopveterantrashtalk.com. Okay, shopveterantrashtalk.com. Got some nice merch, okay? And remember,
Mike.
part of our proceeds go towards Stop Soldier Suicide, who we're partnered with, okay? So not only are you helping out our cause, you're helping a much bigger cause with Stop Soldier Suicide. Check out our YouTube, give us a subscribe, give us a like. Check us out on Instagram, check us out on Facebook. And then Nick and I are trying to figure out this TikTok thing. Check us out there as well. And follow us. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll catch you guys.
Hey, if showing us the love. Show it to Leah tomorrow. Check her
Right.
out. I promise you'll be happy you did.
All right, trash talkers. We'll see you later.
Boom.
Sorry, Dave.